welcome back to my kitchen. Today it's meal prep time and we're gonna meal prep a week of high protein plant-based recipes to reach 100 grams of protein per day. In this video I'm gonna share 5 recipes for you guys, 5 high protein recipes, all vegan and plant-based. You will see a plant-based breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, a snack, but also a high protein dessert because this week we are celebrating my husband's birthday, so I would like to bake something special and high protein for him. If you do like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel or push the little notification bell to make sure you get notified every time I release a new high protein meal prep. Let's cook. I start by making our high protein vegan breakfast. This week I'm making high protein overnight oats. Bring 3 glass jars in front of you and fill each jar with half a cup of rolled oats. Add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in each jar. Add 2 tablespoons of pea vanilla protein powder. You can actually use any protein powder you like. In one of the jars, add 2 teaspoons of unsweetened cocoa powder to make a chocolate high-protein overnight oats. Use a spoon to combine everything nicely together. This prevents any lumps of protein powder when you're gonna add the liquid ingredients into the jar. For sweetness, I add 1 teaspoon of maple syrup in each jar. You can use any liquid sweetener you love, coconut nectar, agave syrup, anything you love. I'm using protein fortified soy milk this week. It contains 25% more protein than regular soy milk, and I'm adding 2/3 cup of soy milk in each jar. If you can't find this kind of milk, you can use any kind of plant-based milk you love, but keep in mind that soy milk is the one that contains the more protein, so it's the best if you are after a high protein vegan breakfast. To the second jar, add half a cup of thawed raspberries, and into the last jar, half a cup of thawed blueberries, and 1 tablespoon of dark chocolate chips in the first jar. This way, I've got 3 flavors of high protein overnight oats for my week, and I don't eat the same thing every morning, which is very convenient and tasty. I also like to add half a cup of plant-based vanilla yogurt on top of each jar. This adds a little bit of protein, but also a delicious vanilla flavor and some sweetness as well. To finish, I add some fresh raspberries on top of each jar and some blueberries on the one that is blueberry flavored. Close the jar tightly and store up to 4 days in the fridge. Eat cold. Our snack this week is a high protein raspberry chia pudding. Bring 3 glass jars in front of you and remove the lid. Add 3 tablespoons of chia seeds in each jar. Set the jars aside, and now we're gonna make the raspberry milk in a blender jug. Add 1½ cup of thawed raspberry with 2/4 cup of protein fortified soy milk. Blend for just a few seconds until the milk is purple pink and smooth. Bring back the jars. and divide evenly the raspberry milk into each jar. It's about half a cup to a 3/4 cup of milk per jar. Use a spoon to combine the chia seed nicely with the milk. This is not optional or you're gonna get big lumps of chia seeds in your pudding. If you don't like raspberries, you can use strawberries, blueberries, any kind of berries you like. Close the jars and bring in the fridge for about 35 minutes or until the chia pudding is thick and set, so you can add some layers on top. Open the jars again and add some vanilla extract for flavor, about a 1/4 teaspoon, and a teaspoon of maple syrup for sweetness, or any liquid sweetener you like, including sugar-free monk fruit syrup if you like, and use a spoon to combine. Add a 1/3 cup of plant-based vanilla yogurt on top of each jar. Again, this adds a little bit protein but also a lovely vanilla flavor that goes so well with the raspberry chia pudding. And on top, for crispiness, I add a 1/3 cup of my homemade protein granola. The recipe is linked below. Add few fresh berries on top of the jars for sweetness and freshness as well. Close your jars and store up to 4 days in the fridge. Eat cold. Our high protein lunch this week is a lentil quinoa salad with a lemon tahini dressing. Start by making the dressing. Simply add all the ingredients into a bowl. Tahini, water, lemon juice, garlic infused olive oil, some maple syrup for sweetness, some oregano, and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Combine until the salad dressing is nice and smooth. Set aside and bring 3 glass mason jars in front of you. Remove the lid. Start by adding the tiny lemon dressing at the bottom of each jar. It's about 3 tablespoons of dressing per jar. The tahini really adds some proteins to the dressing. Add half a cup of canned brown lentils into each jar. You can also use some chickpeas if you prefer. Add some red bell pepper to each jar and some yellow ones. Cucumber for crunchiness. And for protein, I'm using a mix of brown rice and quinoa. This week I was busy with the kids, so I bought a packet where everything is already cooked. But below I will link some instruction to help you cook quinoa in a rice cooker really quickly if you need. You can add some vegan feta cheese if you like for a salty, cheesy flavor. Some Kalamata olives. And finally, some cherry tomatoes on top. Close the jars and store in the fridge for up to 4 days. The quinoa and the beans are really the best source of proteins in this salad. The next day, open the jar and pour in your plate. As you can see, it makes a lovely lentil quinoa salad. Our high protein vegan dinner this week are some sweet potato black bean burritos. Bring all your vegetables in front of you. I chopped everything before this video. Add the chopped sweet potatoes onto 2 baking sheets. Spray some olive oils on the vegetables. Make sure you don't mix the vegetables together. Sprinkle a tablespoon of taco seasoning all over the vegetables. And use a spoon and your hands to massage and toss all the vegetables nicely to coat with the oil and the spices. Depending on the size of your sweet potatoes, you might need a little bit more taco seasoning. My sweet potatoes are huge, so I used a tiny more. Bake both baking sheets at the same time for about 25-30 minutes until the vegetables are fork tender. Remove from the oven and use a fork to mash the sweet potatoes into a puree. Meanwhile, cook the black bean with corn into a non-stick skillet with some taco seasoning, tomato paste, and some vegetable stock. The recipe is in the description below with all the details for you guys. Cook for about 10 minutes until it's warm and fragrant. To make the sweet potato black bean burritos, add a large tortilla in front of you. I'm using spinach tortilla, and then spread the mashed sweet potatoes onto the tortilla. Add some vegan cheese if you like, the roasted vegetables, and the black bean corn mixture with a teaspoon of salsa sauce. Roll everything together to form a nice sweet potato black bean burrito. Also make sure that all the ingredients are cooled before you make your burritos ahead, or it's gonna get super soggy. Store in the fridge for up to 4 days, wrapped into plastic wrap. The next day, warm the burrito in a sandwich press to melt the cheese and warm up. You can also store all the ingredients into containers and make the burrito the day you like, or simply eat from the jar with some avocado slices, salsa sauce and sour cream, and coriander. This week I'm making a chocolate protein cake for dessert because it's my husband's birthday. Add all the dry ingredients into a bowl. Make sure you're using a chocolate protein powder that you like because the cake is gonna get all the flavor from the protein powder. Whisk everything together nicely. Then add 1 cup of protein fortified soy milk or any plant-based milk you like, including almond milk. Add the vegan yogurt. Add some maple syrup or any liquid sweetener you love. Vanilla extract, and gently combine to form a nice and smooth protein cake batter. So this will be a healthy hot flour cake. So it's a little bit different in texture than a regular cake, but it's packed with protein, with healthy, wholesome ingredients, and it's vegan. Place in a 9-inch cake pan and bake for about 25 to 30 minutes or until cooked through. Make the chocolate protein frosting, add protein powder, cocoa powder, icing sugar, vanilla plant-based yogurt. Combine all the ingredients with a rubber spatula until the chocolate protein frosting is smooth and creamy. Store in the fridge. Simply upside down the cake on the wire rack to cool down and peel off the parchment paper. Make sure the cake is fully cooled before you frost. I like to place my cake on a cake stand to frost easily. Add the cold protein frosting on top of the cake, smooth the edge, and add some vegan sprinkles on top if you like. The cake is a little bit more crumbly than a regular cake because it is made with oat flour, but it's healthy, packed with protein, and delicious. The recipe is linked below. If you enjoy this recipe, subscribe to my channel for more high protein vegan meal prep weekly.